Let's talk some baseball betting. All right, Mark here back with the May 29th, Wednesday Major League Baseball card rundown where we're going to go down in each and every game. I'll give you guys kind of where I'm at, kind of just my banter and some of the numbers, some of the stuff going through my head as we look into each one of these contests to wrap up this Wednesday card. Quick recap from yesterday. We got it done 3-1 within what went on with the singles. We had a unfortunate loss with the money line parlay of the day. Baltimore let us down as well. And that's been a story for kind of the second quarter of this MLB season, really. If you look at one of the most disappointing stories that we have going right now in the baseball ranks. So let's get into it. Also, we had that rain out push today within the Pirates and Tigers. So it's kind of funny that number has shifted a little bit, but we're going to go back to the well. I'm still going to lay it. I think it's very a strong bet. I'm going to bet that one to win, not necessarily just stake a unit. So we'll get into that a little bit later. And guys, if you have not done so, let's make sure you guys all subscribe to the channel. Smash that like button, and please let me know what picks you'll be on for today's contest. Also, just want to get into some of the nuts and bolts of things. If you want to get into Discord, it's totally free. Links down below in the description, where we have a lot of cool stuff over there. There's some affiliate links as well. So if you want to give back to the channel, that's the best way to do so, as well as smashing that like button. Absolutely destroy it. All right. That's the best thing that you can do for us here on YouTube. Okay. But let's get into the picks. We'll get into the Oddsjam. And if you guys want to sign up for Oddsjam, it's my betting platform I use each and every day. I'll give you guys a quick peek what it actually does, but 30% off annual or monthly plan. All right. Truly a great deal when we look into some of the money that you can make, and not financial advice, obviously. I'll never tell you guys what to bet, but one thing that's been really interesting as of late and is the arbitrage opportunity. So you sort by what sports books you have available to you in your area, but what we have here is a 3.6 arbitrage potential opportunity. But unfortunately, within this, you kind of look at some of the, I want to say, opportunities, and quite frankly, it does not come too often where you get a 10% arbitrage opportunity, okay? But like right now, 3.6%, all you would do is first half total runs. You would bet the over 3.5 and take the under 3.5 as well. And that would lie with a plus 110, plus 105 discrepancy. You can do your calculator and boom. I wish I had a better one to show you. Some of these get up to 8%, 10%. But this is where, you can look into doing the calculator and see exactly what happens. It's very, very fascinating, right? Just by putting up $1,000 on both sides, you make a profit of $73, regardless if the game goes over or under first half total run. So arbitrage, it's a very interesting way to go about sports betting, but Oddsjam does make that possible very easily, okay? And that's kind of what I use it for mainly, but let's get into the picks. First game up on the card, Pirates and Tigers, right? We have Skewball going against the likes of Jared Jones, and Jared Jones has not been technically a slouch as well. Skewball maybe a little bit overrated in that Cy Young candidacy, where he looks in the futures market and has the odds-on favorite going on in that category. So I will be taking this game. We will be laying the nrfi, okay? This is where you can find the best number available is minus 150. We're going to go nrfi. I'm probably going to put, if you're betting, I'll bet to win. So if I want to win $100, I'll put 150 to win 100. I'll do that a little bit differently for this bet. I'm very confident that we have a good edge in this bet. All right. That's kind of where I'm at. Not saying it's a guarantee, not saying it's a lock, but this is where I find some of the best value. And I know a lot of people don't like playing nrfis, but that's all right. This one just for me has value. Okay. And then at 110, which obviously that doesn't line up. But the second leg of that doubleheader, we will have the Pittsburgh Pirates and Detroit Tigers. Paul Skeens is going again for the Pirates. So obviously favor kind of the Pirates, but you guys know how I play doubleheaders, right? So if we get a skew ball win for the Tigers, I'll probably bet Skeens and the Pirates if the numbers are right. But I think we're going to get basically 50-50 coin flips in these contests. So it's kind of where I'm at. I'm looking at, I'll show you guys that first one here. You can see what I'm looking at under first runs, minus 136 actually is the best number available, but I don't have these some of these, so I haven't filtered by the ones I do have. And if this number does drop, I'll be all over it. But I was able to find a minus 150 with some of the books that I do have. All right. Next one out is the St. Louis Cardinals and Cincinnati Reds. But I do want to touch back a little bit on that Skeens game. Like I said, doubleheaders, I stay away. But if we do get a skewball ball win, I probably will back the Pirates in that second leg if the number's right. Okay. But I'm not going to get on board the Skeens K props yet and so on and so forth. Still young. I know he can strike out 10 on any given night, maybe the latter, but I just think there's a little bit too much of a public play behind him at this moment. So I'm going to be fading the Pirates in these matchups, all right? All right, and I talked about the Cardinals-Reds. This one's a tough one, guys. I have not been able to handicap this game. The Reds came off a dominating win, victories over the Dodgers, sweeping them, and then boom! All of a sudden, look at the Cardinals, what they've been able to do. So I can't really give you guys an adequate handicap for this, other than the fact that if you were going to get into some props, this is something where I definitely look into the fact that the Reds kind of struggle at home. We can look even further into some of the pitching stuff. I think that Montas will have a chance to get absolutely beat around. That's just kind of how I think about it. I think that both of these pitchers are going to give up some runs, and we're seeing some of the money fly in on the over, but 9.5 is just too much. It's just not something that I'm trying to get behind. There's better bets out there, so I'm going to stay away from this game. All right. And then we will get into the Diamondbacks Rangers. All right. Dane Dunning hosting Ryan Nelson. This is a big one here for the Rangers, and what we looked at what they have yet to do following last year's kind of, outburst. They've lost a couple games to the Marlins, losing a series to the Marlins. I'm sorry. Take that back. They lost a series to the Twins, and now winning a game 4-2 against Arizona. I did like Texas yesterday. Arizona's been kind of a funky team recently. I look for the better pitcher, which is Dane Dunning in this spot. It just depends on Texas's bats. Will they show up? All right. That's the best way I can say it, and quite frankly, that has not happened a lot. If you want to get into some of the other stuff, Dane Dunning, I think over 1.5 earned runs. I like that one. That has some value, as well as kind of just looking into some of the hitters in this game. I like Seager going against Nelson. That's a nice one. And then anything past that's kind of a stretch, okay? So look for some of that stuff. Seager run scored. I like that number as well. But I'm not going to be playing this on the side or total. It just does not have any appeal to me whatsoever. So cross this one off my card. Phillies Giants. Lord have mercy on Philadelphia Phillies and their fans. I feel bad for you guys. I really don't know what I'm watching. I had the last leg of a nice little parlay trickle down into my account, and I ended up luckily hedging a little bit within the Giants. Hedging's for gardeners, but I just don't trust the Phillies right now. And we saw a horrible performance from the Phillies in terms of scoring runs. A lot of runners left on base. I think they had 7. I think they had 8 hits in the contest. And Zach Wheeler threw a 2-hitter. And unfortunately, they lost in extras. And there's nothing you can really do about that. It's the right handicap. They just didn't score runs. So if you would have told me yesterday, and this is kind of what I'm getting down to, is a lot of people are saying in my comments, right, they're getting on me and saying, well, you're just betting moneyline favorites, the household name teams, and all this stuff. And it's like, I'm betting the handicap. The first thing I do is I take the jerseys, I take the logos off of the teams, off of the hats, right? And I just look at the numbers. And on paper, the only knock against the Phillies yesterday was the fact they were going on the road. But Zach Wheeler has been outstanding. They had their bullpen in full force. And then we look into kind of the back end of this game. They had their chances, right? They had their chances in regulation, in the first 9, and they had their chances in extras, and they blew it. So it's simple as that. That's the name of the game. You can't do anything about it. Sometimes the handicap is the handicap. But if you would have told me and you didn't tell me who was playing, and the Giants, I didn't know that they won 5 of their last 6 and so on and so forth. If you would have just told me face to face that the Giants got out hit like 9-3 at home and won 1-0, I would have said you're full of shit. But that's kind of where we're at, and that's kind of where the Phillies is within their handicap. And if you guys want to get a little bit risky out there. The Phillies have lost 4 out of the last 5, 2 to San Fran, 1 to Colorado. 2 to Colorado and 2 to San Fran. So this trip out west has been absolutely brutal for them. They probably can't wait to get back home where they're a different ball team. But look for the Phillies. I mean, avoiding kind of that sweep, right? Minus 122. It could happen, all right? And I think this is one where they have a good matchup, but Kyle Harrison for the Giants has been kind of a sneaky team, and the Giants are kind of entering that territory right now where are we starting to take some long shot futures on them to challenge the Dodgers? I firmly think the Dodgers are going to win the NL West, but just posing that question, so it's stuff you always got to be thinking about. Get that brain turning. I'm always dabbling in the futures market, okay? And we're going to get that a little later as well. So no play for me. You could put the Phillies in your money line parlay, but I'm not backing Christopher Sanchez. But this will be probably a game where the Phillies come out and they win 6-3. Just saying. All right. But the Dodgers and Mets, that's the next game on the card. Outstanding day, doubling up for the Dodgers yesterday. James Paxton, 5-0, 3.49 ERA, going against David Peterson. This is one where I'm not going to lie to you guys. I really want to lay the Dodgers on the price here, right? I just think that they're kind of the only thing going to be in the Dodgers' way is themselves. All right, so this almost made my card. This is a very strong lean to taking the Dodgers. I think the Mets are kind of a little demoralized a little bit, and I think that the Dodgers are looking to gain some momentum. That's how they play, all right? And they win in bunches, they score in bunches, and once those floodgates open, it's kind of how it is. I'm not going to play it. But I would look at the Dodgers on the money line and on the run line as well at plus money. Always look at the Dodgers plus money on the run line, okay? Now, the next game, Miami Marlins and San Diego Padres, and please stick with me, guys. I got a lot of picks coming up. Unfortunately, they're just later on in the day, so these first few games, I'm just going to give you guys analysis. But Marlins and Padres, we have Braxton Garrett going against Yu Darvish. This is a dead play on the under, as we saw yesterday, and the first 2 games, actually. We've been cashing with that. They put these totals at 7 for a reason. Not too often you see 7s and 6.5s in baseball, but we are seeing that there. So we look at this with the Padres' inability to kind of, explode offensively as of recent, and the fact that they struggle a little bit against lefties. You can look into that. Machado's numbers haven't been really there. A lot of their big guns haven't been really putting up the numbers, except for when we bet against them, obviously, but just kidding. But Yu Darvish has been pretty good, very serviceable, and I look for this a lean towards the under. If you can find 7.5, I'm not going to take a 7. That's a horrible number to take, although that is a great one available. So no play for me. All right, and then we will get into the Boston Orioles game, right? This is one where really strong play towards the Orioles. Corbin Burns at home is a different pitcher. Look for them to bounce back. They kind of killed me in a lot of ways yesterday. I had the Baltimore Orioles in a lot of my mixes. And I look for Baltimore's team total to do well. Cutter Crawford, not bad, but this is one where definitely you're going to take the Orioles, just not by themselves at a minus 175 price. So they are going to be off my card with the exception of if I add them to a parlay, a moneyline parlay later on. So kind of where I'm at in that handicap. All right, and then we will get into the Oakland Athletics and Tampa Bay Rays. Okay, this is where we have Joey Estes going against Ryan Pepio. This is Rays or nothing to me, but at a minus 172 price, not looking to get involved with this one as well. Okay, next game, Nationals Braves. We are going to go against the Spencer Schwellenbach. Okay, so say that name 10 times, and I'll give you $1, but just kidding. Mackenzie Gore has been a great pitcher for the Nats. I look for the Nationals. This is a official play. Nationals in the first half. Okay, so first half, we are going to be taking them at a plus 135 price on the money line. I think this is a play where Mackenzie Gore can hold down the Braves and Spencer Schwellenbach. I think that the way the Nationals are swinging the bat, this is his first career outing. I like to get in some of these situations. This is probably one of my stronger plays of the day, sharper plays, if you will, where plus 135 just has a lot of value, and it kind of sneaks away from people. They're just going to bet the Nationals and stay away from some of these other markets where you can get first half, so on and so forth, and really attack the starting pitchers. So, excuse me. So that's one where we will be taking the Nationals first half at plus money. Next game is another play. We will have Kansas City going against the Twins. Called the Twins yesterday. My allergies are absolutely insane right now. Called the Twins yesterday. Lost them in the nrfi. I think there was snow in that game, actually. I was reading. But anyways, it is Seth Lugo Day. One of my favorite pitchers to bet with. So we will be taking the Royals at plus money, plus 118, right there on the money line, going against Bailey O'Bear. This is going to be, by all accounts, a very low-scoring game. If you guys want to get into some of those mixed totals and whatnot, you can see right here on the card, we're seeing 7.5s. So I'm not opposed to that, but you do know that there is a chance where we do get some runs. But at worst, I see this game being 4-2, 4-3. So play on the Royals money line and going to bet the under probably in this contest as well. Most likely the nrfi as well too, but that number might be too juiced up. Okay, let's just touch back. I do want to show you guys kind of what was going on back with that National Braves game. Best odds, like I said, plus 135. I can't turn that down for the first half money line. All right. And then we will be getting into the next game on the card, Blue Jays and White Sox. Why not, guys? Bet the Blue Jays. The White Sox are back on the wagon. They are definitely going downhill. And right here, I just don't understand the minus 160 price with Manoah going against Chris Flexen. The Blue Jays bats have been hot. It's Blue Jays and over for me. Under on the outs for Chris Flexen. I like that as well, but no official play in this one. So that will be on the moneyline parlay of the day, though, as well, albeit the Blue Jays have, I think, swept in that regard. So, all right, and then we will get into another official play. This is one where, guys, you got to start betting it. The futures market right now for Cy Young, NL Cy Young, Shoto Amanga, just not having the love. I actually want to kind of look it up for you guys on screen to see where we're at in that one. But we are going to be taking the first 3 innings team total. Bryce Wilson is enough to get it done, but we are not taking it for the overall game. We're going to be taking the Brewers under a half run first 3 innings. So Amanga on the road has been outstanding, some of those pitching splits. So let's take him on the road under the half run. So basically, Shoto has to shut out the Brewers in the first 3 innings, get 9 outs. So a 9-out nrfi essentially for plus 100 right here on DraftKings. So that's what we have going on. All right. Love that bet. Probably going to put a little bit of, that'll be a multiple unit play for me. The metrics back it up. The Brewers, all that good stuff. I really like this play. So we will be backing that very strongly. All right. And let's take a dive into this. Let's see if we can find, and forgive me, I do want to see if I can find this future stuff within Cy Young. Okay, so we are just going to dive into Oddsjam. And yeah, so we got that, but let's just segue a little bit into this. The Royals 10-1. I got a 10-1 ticket on them as the AL Central winner. That was one of the futures that I liked. Okay, but I do want to show you guys this. National League Cy Young, Shoto Amanga right now, best odds available is plus 450. Very interesting. If these numbers continue, I think you could have got him a lot higher a little bit ago, but it's going to be very hard not to take Shota. I'm probably going to actually bet that. They just need to get some wins, kind of help his cause. But there's a lot of guys down the board on this list. A lot of times too, like it's weird. We've had this in past years where guys like in this range end up bringing home the hardware in this like 40 to 100 to 1 range, even with all these big guns up top. It has happened, but right now I think this is a kind of a three horse race here between. Actually 4 horses, because I think Sale at 8-1 has some value, but these top 5 names right here between Glasnow, Sale, Suarez, Amanga, and Wheeler, I think are definitely where the money's at. I am going to put a big ticket on Amanga as long as he stays healthy and keeps these numbers up. He doesn't have the strikeouts per se, but he's 5-0, sub 1 ERA, so that's kind of where we're at within that handicap. I think Wheeler just got his a no decision last night, so helps his cause a little bit, but I just wanted to show you guys a little bit into the insight for this futures market. We don't talk that too much, but I do love the futures betting, so I wanted to share with you guys what was going on with that. All right, and then we have 3 games left on the card. Kansas City and the Twins. Let's back the Royals off a loss within, like I said, it's Seth Lugo Day, so we are taking the Royals on the money line. Guardians, Rockies. there's really no analysis that needs to be done for Seth Lugo, and also American League Cy Young for that category as well. I do want to pull that up. That's something where I am all above the Seth Lugo train, 17-1. I am actually going to bet that right now as we get done with this video. I haven't bet that yet, but 17-1 on FanDuel. I'm going to be taking some action on that. Not really sure about the skewball ball love. I understand it, but injuries are a thing, and I just I like Seth Lugo. All right, and I'm not really sure why Reagan's is ahead of him in that market, but it is what it is. But I will be taking Seth Lugo. Where we look into 8-1, 1.74 ERA. Fascinating stuff against the Twins. All right. And then the last 3 games, Guardians, Rockies. It's Guardians or no play. Runs have been very easy in this series. The over 10.5 is juiced. If you want it early, grab that. I think this sets up tremendously well for a lot of the Indians hitters. Right, lefty on lefty. I think we're going to see a tee off again. So lean towards the over and the Guards. All right. New York Yankees and the Angels. This will be an official play. We're going to take the Yankees on the run line, -1.5 at a -105 price. Looking to some of the deeper numbers, Tyler Anderson's a great pitcher. He's been playing pretty well, but he's going against Luis Gil, one of the hottest pitchers right now in baseball. And I think he's actually gonna absolutely mow in this contest. I think that the Yankees get it done pretty easily. I think they're going to run away with this one personally because Anderson has been kind of ineffective a little bit. Look at some of the numbers at home and so on and so forth. It's a Jekyll and Hyde pitcher too. Some of the deeper dives into his pitching metrics, right? And so I am looking at the Yankees just to kind of get done with him pretty quickly. 5 innings, I would say, and then the Yankees come away and win this game with ease, comfortably, in my opinion. Kind of shocked that we're seeing this run line as low as it is. I think this is where there's some value taking the Yankees on the run line. So we are going to lock that one in. And then the last play of the contest that we have going on today will be within let me get up here. The Houston Astros and the Seattle Mariners. This one screams under, but we're not going to look at it from that necessarily by itself. Under 7.5, -135. I love that bet. But I do favor the Verlander over 6.5 Ks in specific, right? I think his pitching restriction has been lifted a little bit. The Mariners strike out a lot. One of the most favorable teams to bet 4 strikeouts. So we are going to be taking the Verlander over 6.5 Ks. Last start for Verlander was actually against the Mariners, and he got it done with 9 Ks. So if you guys want to get into that ladder, take him all the way up to 10 even. That is some value if you guys play it that way. And I'm not really sure why we're seeing Houston on the plus side of things with Verlander pitching against George Kirby. Like I said, it's going to be a lower scoring game. For me, I am going to be taking Houston on the money line as well. And this is kind of a bet where I'm going to give you guys not really a parlay of the day, but this will be the same game parlay of the day. I don't look for Houston to get swept here, losing 2 straight to Seattle. So let's look for the under. Verlander runs doing well, and the likes of the Houston Astros on the money line. So a lot of plays today. Like I said, that Verlander Houston game will be a same game parlay of the day. I know a lot of sports books have been offering boosts out there, so that's kind of my way of doing that. So kind of in itself, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bets of the day, 5 best bets, and that same game parlay of the day for a total of 6. I do like those individually if you want to bet them individually, but that is some extreme value if you couple those all together. It should pay around 5-1 or a little higher. But that's just kind of where we're at. So these are my plays. A quick recap. Let's try to improve upon yesterday. Let's try to get a sweep instead of 3-1, 3-1 in a rain out, and get the job done today. We had a great day in the NBA as well. There are no NBA games today, so apologies. There won't be a video for that. I can't control when they play, but we will be ready tomorrow for that Game 5 matchup between Dallas and Minnesota. We did go 3-1 in the NBA as well. Losing, the only bet we lost was the Dallas money line. However, we did hit the Luka triple-double. So hitting 2 of those within the series, it's just kind of how I do it. Love that bet. I'm going to take it next game as well. and we'll get it done at plus money. That was, I think, plus 375 is what that went off of. So very good day in the NBA. Cashed on the Panthers last night. So very profitable. Nice little Tuesday where we were enjoying some action late into the evening as that Phillies game concluded. So appreciate you guys rocking with me. Like I said, hop on over to the Discord. Make sure you guys are all subscribed to the channel. This was a little bit longer video, but thanks for bearing with me. We have 16 games on the card, and there was no NBA, so I figured I'd just go a little bit longer. But I appreciate you guys all watching. See you over on the Discord. Good luck with your bets, and have a great rest of your day. Peace.